There it is. They're all starting up. They're actually live, but it takes a minute or two for all them to be up. That's what she said.
I bet you get that a lot, don't you, Scotty?
I do. All right. Well, I guess we'll get people are filtering in here, so we'll just talk about how our previous picks went. Not so good. I mean, 5-5, you can't be mad over 5-5. It
Right.
seems to be what we're hanging around. Like you're not going broke at 5-5. Basically, you're paying the house fees, and you're getting off for about 5 to 8%, which ain't too bad, but a little bit of a slow starter. Like to fill things out, check teams out. Seems that in college I got all the over-unders right, and then I got all the games right in the NFL, and none of the over-unders right. So, but what do you do? What do you do?
It is what it is. It's a
Yeah.
guessing match. I mean, there's a lot of you can look at stats and make your best educated guess, but ultimately that's why they play the game. So
Yeah. Oh well. We're going this week 4-1. Right now, I'm telling you, book it, send your money in, buy your cards first, but then send your money in. So, I guess a few things. We're going to start sponsoring a couple of Madden leagues and a few other kind of small stuff. It's just those kind of platforms. They seem to go well together with each other. They're if you're a nerd, you're a nerd, and there's no way around it. So if you're into gaming, you're probably into trading cards or Legos or something along those things. They're kind of all in that same community. Speaking of Chuck,
yeah,
we're currently
definitely.
working on a little Lego maybe
Yeah,
affiliation or franchising
yeah.
or
Hopefully, I mean, I don't know about franchise. I don't think that's going to happen, not without a brick and mortar, but hopefully at least some sort of affiliation to send folks to Lego to, and then whatever purchases folks would make from those links would funnel back to East Coast Breaks. You can see from behind me here that I'm a pretty big fan, so I'm excited about that piece of it. And talking about the Madden leagues, the National Symbol League, which I've been a part of for I don't know, coming up on 7+ years now, probably. Um, going to be sponsoring them. The league's excited about it. We talked about it in our podcast last night, and going to have some branding for you, and going to create a channel on our Discord server for East Coast Breaks related links and things like that. Big breaks, things like this. Um, and a number of the folks joined your weekly uh, daily fantasy
yeah,
sports
I've seen
on
some
FanDuel.
familiar names in there. Again, guys,
Yeah,
we throw those up, and I thought I could go to like 100 or 200, but it keeps telling me can't create more than 50. So we're literally filling it up in about an hour. But I mean, I'm putting probably $80 worth of value in those, for free for something you do anyway. So it's just a good way to have a little more community. We probably already got a few sales from it, so we win from it too. But it's also a kind of a fun way to keep track of shit talkers. I noticed like a third of the people had Scotty sucks or beating Scotty or Scotty's going down or
nice. They
uh,
got my memo.
yeah. So I enjoy the banner. We do sponsor, and I just thought about this. It'd be kind of cool maybe at the end of the year or I don't know what's kind of a dead period, maybe around the holidays, for those people that want to play, maybe have like an East Coast Breaks Bowl, because we also sponsor Sofa Kings. I think you joined kind of like the secondary league of Sofa Kings. Um,
Yeah,
you're always going to get into different styles of leagues, just different plays, but I think that would be something fun kind of do for for both leagues, and maybe we hand out a pretty good sized trophy. Maybe come up with a little bit of a structure. We have to keep it between the lines of both. One group would have to kind of give a little towards that play style, and the other maybe give a little towards the other. So, but
yeah, we're in the middle of a intra-league tournament right now to kind of fill the dead slot before the scouting update happens, and we've kind of done that. We gave on some of our rules that we're a little more strict on, and they gave on some of the rules that they would prefer to have. A happy medium. So that's still going on, but yeah, I think that'd be a good thing.
All right, so we'll go ahead and start here if I can get it pulled up. There we go. Oh, all right, that didn't work. Take two. Why is it switching off? We'll figure it out eventually, guys. We're new.
Some noobs over here.
There it is. Give it a minute or two to pull up here. First game. Just a second. There it is. Oh, why does it keep going away? All right. We're just about to get rid of that. All right. So first game up is Washington. The Giants at the football team. The line on it is 3.5. Giants getting 3.5. I don't think that's enough. I don't. Have you seen the picture circulating where the Giants right guard is blocking? It looks like the wide receiver.
His own player.
Yeah,
right.
He's blocking the wide receiver. So if that's where we're at on blocking people, then you can blame Daniel Jones or Saquon or whoever you want until they figure out the offensive line. The same with the Jets, man. Like Zach Wilson, I thought, like people are dogging Zach Wilson. I thought Zach Wilson looked really good, given he was literally under assault every time they snapped the ball. I mean, he was having to make off balance, offside throws. I mean, just basically looked like Mahomes last year in the Super Bowl. Like he was having to do anything he could to just get away from the play long enough to maybe find someone a few yards down the field. So I think Washington has one of the best defensive linemen in the NFL, maybe one of the better defensive players in the NFL, and I think that gets absolutely just exposed. And I'm going to take the under also. Heineke's getting the start. Fitzmagic is going to be out for what they say. It's like 6 weeks. It's a pretty good
6 to 8 weeks, yeah.
It's a pretty good while. So I think both teams are going to struggle to score. So you're looking at an average of around 20 points to get over that. I'd be surprised if either one of them got over 17. So I'm going to take Washington.
What is that line? Like 40, 42, 43? What is it?
40.5 currently.
40.5?
Yeah. So I'm going to take the under, and I'm going to have to take Washington on it. So
I totally agree on the Washington part. I think it's going to be a rough day for Daniel Jones. That Washington defensive line is one of the better in the league with Chase Young there. Also going to go Washington. With it being just 40.5, I'm going to have to go over here. I think there's going to probably be some pick six, fumble six to kind of run that score up a little. Probably looking at like 24, 17, 28, 17. So I'm going to pick Washington in the over.
All right. Next game up is kind of on restrictions from Rob. So hopefully we can get him back in here in a few days once the suspension subsides.
His ban is lifted.
Yep. Do magic here, Chucky. All right, so the next game is Miami and the Bills. Miami's at home. Again, Rob would be so proud of me right now. I'm going to take Miami. Again, same as I said with when they played last year and last week and I took Pitt. I just don't think Buffalo's as good as everybody wants to proclaim them to be. Their defense average, slightly below average. Their offense slightly above average, and that's an 8-9 team or ever how many games we're going to play this year. And I don't, I think Miami probably bolsters one of the better defenses in the league as far as across the board line, box, secondary. I think they have a really good defense. I want to believe in Tua because I want to believe people can overcome the injuries, but every time I leave the game thinking, I don't think he's the answer. So I just keep thinking maybe it takes that year time for him to get back, but I've not seen any type of progression in his arm strength, anything along those lines. They drafted Waddle, and Waddle's an absolute burner, but if you can't throw it more than 40 yards, it don't really matter. So with that being said, I still think their defense is just too strong for Buffalo. I think they're at home. I think the Miami Wazoos down there are jacked out of their minds. Did you see the cat video? They caught the cat with the and they just partied. And they were like holding it up like the Lion King, and the cat just ate the shit out of his arm, and it was interesting. So
they probably never even felt it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take Miami, and I'm gonna take the under yet again. So
I don't have that graphic in front of me, and I don't have my phone up. But so Buffalo was like 3-point favorites, 3.5 again.
3.5. Yep.
And what's the over under on it?
47.5.
47.5. I'm going to go Buffalo. I just think that Josh Allen's going to be pissed off, and after getting embarrassed by a much better defense the Steelers have than Miami. I think they're going to come out. Stephon Diggs is going to ball out this week, and I think they're going to beat them by at least a touchdown. But I'm going to stick with you on the under. I think even though they'll be up by a touchdown, it's going to be pretty close. Both teams have pretty good defenses, so it's going to keep it below that 47. So I'm going to take Buffalo and the under.
All right. Chung Wei says midweek games favor the over, taking over as well. So,
oh, nice. Like
have you watched either offense? Like, I get the call, but
hey, Heineke might come. Heineke may come out and ball out. You don't know. He played well in that playoff game.
So next game up is probably one near and dear to your heart. San Francisco. We're going to have a little bit of a fantasy debacle here, though. Here, it is being difficult. Next one up is San Francisco and Philly. Again, guys, we try to go through and get kind of like premier games, Sunday night games, Thursday night games, big, probably big rating games, or, what should be potential playoff teams. The Eagles only team one in their division, so they've definitely improved their odds. So San Francisco is only getting 3 points here, but Philly is at home. The line is at 50. I hate to keep taking the under because I'm still trying to decide on the line here, but I just think both teams want to run the ball and control the game, and I think that probably keeps the score down enough under it. Hurts has proven that he can keep moving the chains. He's not going to torch them. He's not going to have his 3 touchdowns. And what do you have, 260, 270 yards and 50 or 60 yards rushing. And so I don't think that happens, but I think it keeps moving the chain enough to keep the scoreboard down. And we know that San Francisco, that's their game plan. Run the ball, play action, get it out. So I think that's enough to keep the score down. I'm going to take San Francisco and the 3 here, or give up the 3 here. So I'm going to go with San Francisco and the under. How's that running back depth chart looking?
Well,
give me the pecking order.
Yeah, Shanahan's going to roll out, and if you've ever pay too much attention to the Niners. Anybody could get out there and running back for them. It's going to be Elijah Mitchell to start out with. I think the fact that Mostert's hurt, Sermon's going to get a lot of playing time, even Jermichael Hasty as well. But Mitchell's going to start, and if he stays hot, then he'll probably lead in carries. He had a lot of bursts and broke some tackles last week as well. Looked like a little mini me of Raheem, probably not quite as fast, but I too see that San Francisco. I think that their defense is a little bit too much for Philly in the end. Going to take them, but with that only at a 50, and the Niners had 41 last week through three quarters almost. So they played the Lions,
Okay.
that, but there's not a huge gap in Eagles defense and Lions defense, sadly enough. So I think it's going to be an over. Looking at a 35-25 game. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored. The San Francisco defense, the front seven is balling, but that back four is going to be tough, especially with Verrett out. So I think that Jalen's going to be able to move the ball, throwing it as well as running it. But in the end, San Francisco prevails, but they both score over 50.
All right, so we're up on that one. Next game up is Tennessee and Seattle. Why I keep picking Seattle? Seattle's a tough team to read, but it's Tennessee couldn't have looked any worse last week, so something's got to give.
It was rough game for them for sure.
Chungway is taking the Eagles, so there you have it, folks. It is locked in. San Francisco wins by 140. So we're gonna have Chungway on as a guest, and just if Chungway takes them, go the opposite way, guys. It's a winner. It's worked for me like 9 times in a row now, right, Chungway?
Chungway, I'll get with you in the fantasy chat, and we'll set up some side bets on that game if you want.
So, all right, on to the next one. It looked great, okay, Chungway. But I wasn't betting you. I should have let you pick and then just played off of that, but I didn't. So, live and learn. All right, next one up is the Titans at the Chicken Hawks. Titans are 5.5 dogs. Was that the real Tennessee? Is that Tennessee's been good for a couple years now, or that the total opposite of what we seen last week. So was that a anomaly? Is that really who they are?
You're not going to see Henry have what do you have, like 9 yards or something super stupid like that? 9 yards rushing. It was very,
I thought
very
it was
low
like 9
amount.
carries and like 22 yards.
Okay, that's in my head. It was 9, but yeah, 9 carries and 20 yards. I don't know that he gets 100, but he's going to have a lot more than 20 yards.
Yeah, so
does that?
I'm just going to clean sweep it. I'm just taking the under on this because I think even if he has 40 yards, they're going to give him the ball 30 times. I think they realize that no matter how bad the game's going, if he's not touching the ball that many times, they have no chance of winning. Maybe not that many, but you kind of get the point. I think they rebound. I think Seattle's offense is really good. There's a lot of big plays in there, but I think if they can limit the big plays, that they've got a chance in the game. 5.5. I mean, that's quite a bit of points. So I'm going to take Tennessee, and I'm going to take the under also. And a Henry redemption game, Mike Vrabel redemption game. Did you see the story about Mike Vrabel when he was a tight end playing for the Patriots? And he was opening the end zone, and Tom Brady threw it to somebody else, and they scored. And he was over on the sideline, and Tom Brady told him if he ever raised his fucking hand again that he wouldn't be on the field again, and told him I'm the effing quarterback. So
that's funny.
Yep. So give me the titties and the under. So
wow, man, I was ready to go Seahawks, but you might have convinced me. It's just so hard to pull for the Seahawks. Yeah, I hear you on that. I think that Russell's going to cook as always, but that defense is not good. They didn't improve too much over last year, and last year they were not good. They're going to lose some stinkers. It's just going to depend on if Russ can keep them in the game. I think that Tennessee has a good enough defense to uh, keep them down and keep it close. So I'm going to follow in suit with you. I think that 5.5 is too much. Seattle probably ekes it out in the end, but I don't think it's going to be 6 or more points. So go take Tennessee and the under as well.
Okay, Chuck. All right, on to the next one, Kansas City and Baltimore. And probably one of the most bizarre, best games that I've seen in a long time. Was I the only one to watch that? Was that the Monday night game?
Yeah, no, I watched. I watched it. It was bizarre. How are you going to lose twice?
Yeah,
You're going to
I
lose
mean,
twice.
like neither team even remotely asked that. Are you clicking your pen?
No.
It's driving me. So it was just a weird game. Like Carr looked so bad in the first half. Then it seemed like every play he started gaining a little more confidence. Then he looked really good down the end. And then they were was it Snead he threw the ball to? And he
Went off his hands. And
yeah, I mean, I don't know who the announcer was, but he's like, you got to take a little off of that. I was like, it went right between his hands and hit him in the damn face mask. Like, there's no other excuse in the NFL. Like,
right.
catch it or at least knock it down. Like, you can't get hit in the face with the ball. So I don't care if he didn't see it. There's no excuse for it. So I remember watching videos of Jerry Rice like turning around as the ball was released like 3 feet from his hand and catching it one-handed. So like I don't want to hear no excuse. You can at least knock it down. So I think Derek Carr probably found some confidence in that game. Hopefully, I always pull for Carr because his brother got the shit beat out of him. So, but as far as this game goes, Kansas City and Baltimore, I told you guys this last week. Kansas City couldn't have played any worse for the first 3 quarters and still scored, 30 some points. I mean, they're just instant offense. All they need is one play. Nobody that I can recall in recent memory or history can hurt you as fast as they can. And it's just, I think Baltimore, they've said, I don't think they figured him out yet, but I believe teams have figured him out or started to anyways. You just contain him, keep him in the pocket, and, if he wants to run for 5-6 yards, so be it. Let him have all those he wants. And you just keep hitting him, and he's going to cough the ball up. He's just not big-bodied enough to keep the people away from him. I think turnovers are still an issue. It's probably a reason why 93% of the public is taking Kansas City at 3.5. 3.5 favorites. And again, I'm going to take the over 2. I think they just score, and you give them turnovers. You give them 2 or 3 turnovers, they may get 55 by themselves. So give me Kansas City and the over. So.
I mean, I can't argue with any of that. You saw Lamar fumble twice in fourth quarter and overtime on Monday night. Has no real running backs. They've signed everybody off the street that they could. I think that maybe they try to keep it close, but in the end, that Kansas City offense is just too much for 99% of the teams out there when they're clicking. So, going to take Kansas City and going to copy you again and take the over. I mean, I can't argue. There's not going to be more than or less than 54 points. Or 57 or whatever it's at.
55.
55. So, like you said, I could see them scoring close to 40 at least themselves. So it's going to be tough for anybody to slow down Mahomes, much less Baltimore. I think they're coming. They'll be at home. I think it's a Sunday night game, so they'll be amped up. But in the end, they just don't have enough firepower to keep up with Mahomes. So taking KC and over as well.
A few little extra here. I don't know if you guys seen, but Lawrence, the Marcus Lawrence is out 6 to 8 weeks with a broken foot. I know that's definitely going to play into some running. If you got some fantasy players in those sets, who are they playing? The Chargers. So you're looking at Joshua Kelly and who else?
Eckler.
Yeah, Eckler and Kelly. I think Kelly's probably the easy play. He probably was before that. I think that probably solidifies him. I don't know if we got any spot.
Kelly's the easy play over Eckler.
No, I'm sorry, Eckler. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Just making sure.
No, and Eckler had a good game last week. Kelly probably only got maybe 8-9 touches combined. I think he had like 6 carries and maybe 2 catches. Chad says he can't wait to hear your Packer thoughts. Well, just to be honest, I put $200 on the Green Bay Packers at 800 to win the Super Bowl. I would like to see those odds now. I think they figure it out. Like, I mean, they couldn't have looked any worse, right? Like, you've seen all the memes of Aaron Rodgers look like he aged like 25 years from like 2 weeks. And so I do think they figured that out. I think they get it right. I don't know they win the Super Bowl now, but I think that division is not real good. Did anybody win in that division?
Nope.
No. So
I don't believe so.
So they're still in first place. So, like, and they got beat. They made Jameis look like a savant out there. I did take, on another note, for $100, I took Jameis to win MVP at 4,000.
I was going to say, what are the odds on?
It started the season at 6,000, but now it's down to like 1,100. So it's,
he comes out and throws 5 TDs every game, then he's a shoe-in.
Yeah, and I mean, I was watching this fantasy show, and some guy talked about Jameis would potentially be a top 5 fantasy quarterback, and he's off to a pretty decent start. So
yeah, I think they get it figured out. I don't think they're going to be world beaters. I don't think you're going to see him in another NFC Championship game. I think Rodgers has too much pride to go out and get beat like that. If they take too many more beatings like that, then he'll walk away. But I think they get it figured out. I don't know if it was just lack of focus throughout the offseason, or maybe they thought, well, the Saints are don't have Drew Brees and they just gonna roll over for them. Obviously, they did not. So, yeah, I think they get it figured out. They've got a poor division. Nobody is really good in that division. Green Bay's obviously the best out of that division. Minnesota's going to be bad defense. So they're going to win their division, but that's going to be about it.
Yeah, and I said it when we were doing the fantasy show. Jameis Winston is an incredible arm talent. I mean, he's a top 10 all time, and I truthfully believe that. Now, past the arm, it's a completely different story. But that this guy was a college reliever that could throw the ball in the mid to upper 90s. Like, there's not too many people on the planet that can do that. Like, this guy has incredible arm talent. So you put him with Peyton, and maybe he gets to just average up here. I mean, you really could see a potential MVP. I know that's. I know there's a reason why they started the season at 6,000 odds, but it's down to 1,100. So, he's. Did you see his post game? I posted a thing in there where he was like, it's like my trainer always says. What did he say? He just said, "Be prepared." Like, you're like, what are you doing, Jameis? Like. So, if Sean Payton can get him mentally prepared, I mean, just mentally adequate, he doesn't have to be prepared. His arm will take over. Because I know, was it maybe his sophomore year or his red shirt sophomore year or junior year? Did he win the Heisman? I think he won the Heisman that year.
I think so.
Well, then the next year he wasn't as good, but he still won. first overall. But man, he was incredible that year. That guy can make throws that, you see only players like Mahomes, someone like that making. Like physically, there's no throw he can't make. Mentally, there's a lot of throws he can't make. So, but maybe he's overcome that, and maybe he's maybe mentally he's just good. He don't have to be great. His arm talent is great. And that's a good defense. That's another defense that's really good at all levels. And their special teams are good. They got a good offensive line. They don't have Michael Thomas. I mean, that's really a team. Right now, if you made me pick who's going to give Tampa a run for their money in the NFC, that's got to be them, right? Like, and I see a scenario where they don't even come out of the South as champions. I mean, Jameis is the real deal as far as arm talent, and with Peyton and that team around him, and getting Thomas back, Thomas is going to be back sooner than they thought, right? Like, isn't it like 3 weeks? It's kind of week 3, week 4 now is like the projected versus middle of the season.
Something like that. Week 6, I think, somewhere. I think maybe they've got a bye week early, and then it'll come in after that. Maybe, I don't know.
So, did you see something different on the Saints? Like, I mean, am I missing something? I mean, I realize I'm married to my opinion on him that I stuck with this year, but I mean, there's nobody go out there and watch a guy throw 98 miles an hour and be like, all right, he can throw.
Right. No, they look good, and if the defense can play like they did like that every game, it's going to be tough for anybody to beat them, because they just went in and shut down Aaron Jones, shut down Aaron Rodgers. Devontae had middle of the road stats as well. So I know they were playing from behind, and once you get behind that much, they're going to sit back and look for the pass. But they look good. I don't think that they take Tampa Bay out by any means.
Well, I mean, I don't either, but I definitely see a scenario where they do 60-40. If I was placing, maybe
not that much, but yeah, 30-70.
Yeah, because that's and Tampa lost their what's his name? What's the cornerback's name they lost? So either way, but I can't remember his name, but I think he's done for
Murphy,
the season, right?
Byron Murphy.
Yeah, so
I think that was his name.
And that pass rush didn't look like that playoff end of the season Tampa Bay pass rush either.
Well, they weren't playing a decimated Kansas City line either. So
that defense. They were dominant against Green Bay too, and Green Bay when healthy has one of the better offensive lines, and that's maybe another reason. Was Bakari, the guy that's out for 6 weeks?
Yeah.
It seems like everybody's out for 6 weeks, but. So I mean that could have been part of their problem. I mean, a staple on your offensive line, a world beater, one of the best offensive linemen in the NFL. So I mean that may have played into it too, but I didn't see nothing to talk me off the ledge from the Saints. I'm going to watch them play my Panthers this weekend, so nice. I may come back crying or claiming we're the world beaters now, but. They look really good at all levels. So
we'll hope that the Panthers do shut them down. You got good seats or up level or what?
They're Chung Wei's. Holly gave them to me. So
that was awful nice of her.
Yeah, I mean she really did. I'll send you the email. We can pull it up now. I don't care.
Oh, I saw the pic.
Yeah. So he must not be here, but. All right, guys, I appreciate it. As always, good show. I see Facebook covered over 100 pretty much the whole time.
Nice.
Chad and several people were in here commenting. We try to keep it to right around 30 minutes on the dot. Oh, he's here. What's up, Chung Wei? So I don't know about Twitch. Usually we run around 10, 15 on Twitch, 20, 25 on YouTube. So guys, I appreciate it as always. We'll keep trying to do this weekly. Me and Chuck both ended up 5-5 on the week last week. So that moves me to 11-10, and it moves Chuck to 10-10. So, How did I get another game? What, you were 5 and
It moves
6.
you to 11 and
Yeah.
9 because you were 6 and 4, and I'm 10 and 10.
See,
I'm
there you go. Look at that win
I'm a
percent.
game I'm a game behind you.
Yeah.
We'll catch up this week.
So, all right, guys, we'll be back. I'm probably going to just switch over here and start ripping stuff. I know we had a few personals to do. If the FanDuel thing is not filled up, hop in this week. The first place is a Donruss Optic H2 Hobby Pack. It probably filled up, to be honest, but if not, just kind of check on those. We're going to start putting them up on Wednesday. So just be looking around on Wednesday. We try to do the Thursday to Sunday night game. It's going to be the play on it. So, but give everybody time to get in. You can always change your roster last minute, unless you were me and you're just trapped with either cut Odell Beckham Jr. or just not play anyone. But when you're down by 60, it really didn't matter. So I was just like,
Yeah,
let it roll.
let's back up. Why? Let's talk about that real quick. I told you to sit him first off, and then he's not even playing, and you kept him on your roster. What was? I mean, were you?
No, I didn't
Your
have nobody
phone
playing at 4
died?
o'clock. Nope. Not one person on my roster was playing at 4 o'clock. And that's why I said, so my option was to cut him or just, I mean, I'm already down by 60 points. Like,
Right.
I just had a couple losses. So
Right.
I had no wide receiver. And I
I
thought
hear
I'd
you.
seen it earlier and I tried to move him to the flex, but
It's too late.
yeah. So
Always put that later game in the flex if you can.
yeah, it just, there's no way around it. I played out every scenario. I seen it coming. I knew, like, even at like 12 o'clock. So, I seen it coming, but wasn't nothing I could do about it. Either cut him or, when you were already,
let it ride.
if I would have had a chance at the game, I'd cut his ass. I didn't care. Like, and give me the dub. I don't care, but I had no chance
Right.
of winning unless he had 80 points. So, and he didn't.
Right.
So,
They had 0.
yeah, he had about as many as Monster Rat did. So,
Hey, he had 2
yeah, well,
before
you'll
he
improve.
went down with a seizing and the injury.
So, who do you think will have the most on the season?
For the Niners,
No, between Beckham and Monster Rat.
Mostert. It's a hard one, but probably Beckham. You
Okay.
never know. He may go out and he might go out and blow out his knee again 2 plays into it like Mostert did. So we'll see.
All right, guys, I appreciate it. I'm going to hop over here, and I think I had some personals to do, so we'll go ahead and do that. Appreciate it, Chuck, as always.
Yep, my pleasure. Thanks for having me on. We'll see you guys next week.
See you, man.
See ya.
Chad said, I don't know if you're still in here, Chucky, but Chad said,
Yeah. Well, the biggest thing there, I've seen people referring to him as like being in Shanahan's doghouse, a la Pettis and things like that. And then people, Shanahan tried to say he's trying to save him, ease him back in from a hamstring injury. Well, if that's the case, why you got him back there returning punts? You don't ease somebody in from a hamstring injury from returning punts. I think that he tried to walk it through in the training camp, and Sherfield outplayed him. It's not going to be long before Ayuk supplants him. I think we'll see him have a higher share of snaps this week than Sherfield did. I think Sherfield had one higher snap than he did, offensive snap. So I think you'll see that flip, and he'll definitely get a target. I think they got up so much that they, didn't throw that many times in the second half either. So I'm not too worried about it. I think they got too much invested in him to let him sit in the doghouse like they did Pettis. And he's has way more talent than Pettis as well. So not ready to press that panic button yet. Even in one of the leagues that I got blown out in, I spent a 5th or 6th round pick on him, and he was sitting there in my flex with a big fat 0. So I probably will sit him this week for someone like Laviska Chenault or Sterling Shepard. I think maybe I have replaced him with for now, just because I think the Giants are going to be throwing a lot. But it won't be long before he's back. Not too worried yet.
And Shorty sucks.
Hey. Nobody said that, but you.
All right, Chad, you boys are going down this weekend. What is, I don't know if either one of y'all can confirm this, but is Trey Lance, this is what I read, is returning punts this week.
I highly doubt that.
All right, I was wondering if they were trying to get something out of him this week. Like
did you read that on like Real Raw News or something? Your usual source for
the
news in the know?
The Inquirer. What is that? OEG Sun or whatever it was. Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, it's wait. Yeah, never mind. Upset some people if I remember it.
You should, if you never check it out, if you ever want to chuckle, go check out Real Raw News. It's funny.
I remember it. I've seen that one. So, all right, guys. Let's see who was up here first.
All right, I'm going to head off here. Thanks, Scotty, as always. We'll holler at you.
Yep, appreciate it.
See ya.
Andre got his soccer. Are you still around, sir? Are you still here at Devendra? Any status T-Mall. Brian, either one of you guys here? Go ahead and do your personals. Hello? My man, I appreciate it, buddy. We are here. Let me make you a tag up real quick. Brian, are you around? We do. We got the... Yep. Good. Thank you guys for all the likes. Apologize I didn't see them, but I do appreciate it. Thanks, Rich. Thanks, everybody, for the likes. I will update yours in a minute, Rich, on the basketball break. You need to send me your tag, sir, on that. All right, let me grab you some boxes here and we'll let you pick. I only got one of the chrome, as you know. So I'll pick for you on this. All right, give me a number there, 1 through 3 on that. Well, let me fix me another beverage. Be right back where you're picking. 1's on the left, 3's on the right. All right, so he wants the middle one. Yeah, let me grab the gloves. Sorry. How'd your COD games go, sir? Have they put in the anti-cheat? It was maddening, frustrating. I told you to add me. We'll play sometime. All right, good luck here. We only got one more personal after this, so. Yeah, it got too frustrating to play. I mean, make it to the final circle, 4 teams left, and one guy's got 52 kills. You're like, huh, you must be real good at this. And I'm dead in like 2 seconds. And, well, that was a lot of fun. Gian Luigi Donnarumma, he was good. Neymar, Speaking of them Ajax rookies, Billy Gilmore, Kenneth Taylor. So who had 5 goals for them today? Was it Hadir? Hadir, is that how you say his name? It was 4 or 5 goals. He had a bunch. I don't think it was him. No, that's the Shattered Glass, numbered 150 of 250. Yeah, he plays in the midfield. So we do. We still got a handful left, guys. $50 on the Donruss football. Maybe 5 or 6 left at this point. So Lessine Traore, Noah Lang, brother of Katie Lang, Venicus Jr., and if there was a hair on there, but just another thing. Bukayo Saka. Good looking card. Nah, I mean, I like Saka. I just kind of feel sorry for him after all the unnecessary BS he had to go through for England. I was like, come on to the USA, pal. We're equally as hateful. Varian Torres. Duji Kaleta Carr. Fabio Vieira. Was he? I think I've got all these games recorded. I'm gonna watch one of them tonight. I seen, who was it? It was Man City, wasn't it? That had 6 points, 6 and 3. I'll probably go back and watch all of that one. No, I mean, I just like having a sports game on when I go to sleep, right? Speaking of goats, American goats. Andre Onana. Aaron Texa. You mean? Oh, couldn't get a silver. Boo. Yeah, I seen the USA Is it in World Cup? It's got to be World Cup. They're under they have the exact same pay scales. Which, it kind of sucks, but the men are already like the top 5 highest paid in the world groups. So, not that I mind the women are getting paid. It's just the men haven't done anything yet to earn that pay. So, that's just kind of where I stand on it. So, Jean Peter Hoyage. But we're getting better. We got our 3 points. We got 5 through the first leg of qualifying. So CONCACAF is a tough place to get points. And I don't care what anybody says. It's tough, right? Like, it is a physical assault every game. You're playing in a mud field if you're not playing at home. And Jamal Messiah. But again, they're... As the USA, I mean, it's literally created for them to get in. A few scratches right there. So you see them. So hopefully they get past that. Yeah, I mean, I don't make excuses for them. There's no reason that they can't beat Trinidad and Tobago on a cow pasture. I don't care. I'm not making excuses for them. They have to win those games. But that being said, it is difficult. I mean, the game is so much more physical. It's slowed down. I feel like these teams literally water the pitch to slow them down. Nice. This is your second one, right? Did he get to play today? I missed too much soccer today. I'm upset. I do have it all recorded, so we'll go back and watch it. Sergio Arribas? Yeah. Well, I mean, it's, you know, nothing like, which I knew Canada would be a problem, right? Like, there's no way that Canada is going to give big clubs with their speed and their outside backs. I can't remember the forward's name, but they're going to give teams a problem if they qualify or make it to the World Cup. But they ain't going to win anything, but that speed is real. Rainer Jesus, Alfredo Morelos. So, Harvey Barnes. All right, parallel pack. We'll go to. But again, you're at home. You're the USA. You have several world-class players too. There's no excuse. Win the game, or at least get a. Ooh, come on. Good, but not who I was hoping for. Fabio Vieira. Second Gareth Bell in that, and Rainer Jesus. Nice, good box. All right, only one I got, or I'd let you pick. So, my last Chrome. I'm sad, man. I'll order some more, but the price will probably go up on them. Brugge tied PSG. It's crazy. Madrid won. Rodrigo scored. I got a few Rodrigos. Get it, Rodrigo. 89th minute to Milan. Take the L. Are these double leg games, or is it just we'll get you on the next stage? Oh, that's a good start. Conrad Fuento. Yeah, they were just running through the. Yeah, there's the game. I'm gonna watch the Man City and Leipzig game. That's what I'm gonna go watch. Get done. Hat trick. Was it Nkunku had a hat trick? Nice. Mbappe. All right, that's a good start. Mbappe and Pedro, Cito Mbale, and Ronaldo. All right. That'd be a good pack. Hey, Gio. Campana. Luis Henrique. There he is again. I like this guy. I meant to look, see how old is he? Date of birth of one? No, he's younger than I thought. He's only 20. I thought he was like 22, 23. Lasana Traore. Let's see, we got two nice ones. You got the purple and him. He's a guy I really think can take off in a year or two. He needs to get a little more technical, but physically he's a problem. Federico Valverde. Speaking of problems, I like Doku. He was good in the Euros. Curtis Jones, Mike Jones' brother. Oh, Musala. A Christian. Kenneth Taylor. Daru. Noah Lang. And Hooley. Yeah, see, he's out for 10 days, which that was like 4 or 5 days ago. So he'll probably be back mid next week, something like that. Serginho. Greenwood. Gianluca Vitali. 2 more packs. Are you around, Mr. Wilson? I still owe you a pack of Statis. Yayo. Dennis Burkowski. Luigi. Little silver. Geo. Nice. There he is. Nice. Second Jude. 2 boxes in a row. Nice, man. So I'm loaded up for you. Mitchell Barger and Antonio. A little silver. This is a good box. Silver Ronaldo. Probably the last one in Madrid. There he is. Yeah, Alfonso was giving them problems. Well, Alfonso made the best 11 of the year last year. I mean, there's a reason why. Jamal Mustali. Tyler Adams. Bonzo Davies. Maybe. Let's check it out. Either way, we'll see. I don't recall who. There were 6 variations this year. Check. He is missing his fist though. I think it's because it's behind the champs. We'll have to look it up. It don't say variation, but I don't think they do on the back. See how his fist that's kind of gone? Come on, zoom in. Box code. No, I don't say variation, but I don't think they do. So. $85. Nice card either way, though. Sweet, man. Nice. And the silver, too. That's a nice card. What's the book on it? Yeah, it is. I didn't even realize this. Yep, it's absolutely a variation. That's the other one. Saved the best box for last. That was a great box, though. Always appreciate it, Vindra. I'd say in the silver variation, let's guess. Let's just look it up instead of guessing. How about that? $20.20. Oh, 21. Hot Chrome. Christian. Auto. Variation. Silver. Yep. Yeah, I want to look up Christian Yelich. That's it. That's what I want to look up. All right, I don't know if Brian is here, but I believe I am done for the evening. I think I'm going to go watch a soccer game, a rerun of a soccer game. All right, guys, I appreciate it. Everyone that hopped in on personals, everybody that watched our break show. As always, enjoy it. Enjoy doing this stuff, obviously. So, a lot of fun. Be on tomorrow. What is tomorrow? Thursday? I'll be on, but it'll be really late. So, but I will be on tomorrow. Or if you want to do stuff earlier, let me know. We have this one up. A little razzle dazzle. 10 spots, $9 each. It is clearly authentic, 1 encased autograph acetate card per box. So, interested in getting that. I think 5 have sold, so we got 5 left on it. Be glad to hop back on and do that. So, all right, guys, appreciate it. Everybody have a good evening. Good night. 10 or so. There's not a huge amount. It was struggling earlier today. I just haven't got on there to update it. So, but yeah, there's about 10 spots left. But we won't get the product till Friday. Well, regardless, we can't open it until Friday. So. But yeah, if you guys are interested in the optic, hop in on that. Tomorrow, I'm going to spend all day updating the website. The inventory's kind of got a little out of hand. So I'll have it all cleaned up tomorrow. So thank you guys. Appreciate it.